Did I just wake up? Yep. But it's unlucky like us time. I'm excited, but I'm also absolutely terrified. Anyway, hello lovely people. Welcome to the reading blog. Hopefully this is the worst that you will see of me during this reading blog. But I also sense there might be tears, so let's go. Okay, so I'm up to chapter 3. Already tears have almost been shed, like I've been glassy-eyed. But chapter 3, that's now 6%. I was like, Rowena, it's arguably too early for you to be already shedding tears. You need to hold on a little bit, hun. But already, like, it's just so low. Like, I understood why. Oh, by the way, in case it wasn't obvious, this reading blog is spoilers, because it's literally just like a dump of just like my thoughts on the book as I'm reading it. Like, it's like commentary. So if you've not read it yet and you're wanting to read it, I would say it's lovely having you here, but I think you should go now. And I'll catch you at some other point. Okay. Anyway, with Lo, like, I understood why he was the way he was at the end of Misfits. Like, I've seen some people like absolutely hate Lo, and it's like, I understand where he's coming from. Like, it's one of those difficult situations where it's like you're almost on like both teams. Like, it's just like both teams, like, you want, like, you understand them, you just basically want everyone to be happy. Do you know what I mean? And no, it is not because Lauren Hale is my number one love forevermore. It's not because of that. I do just genuinely understand like where he's coming from with things. But his conversation with Farrow regarding Donnelly essentially being a brother to Farrow, similarly, I mean, obviously Reich is actually Lo's brother, but, you know, he compared like that unbreakable bond between Lo and Reich with Farrow and Donnelly, and it's just like, so anyone who's read the Calloway Sisters series, like, you understand like the magnitude of that statement that Lo just made, and you're just like, oh my god. And then like there's one part where I almost was crying because like it was before, like, Luna trashed her room, like she trashed her childhood room, but Kenny was trying to approach Luna, and she was getting quite, you could tell that she was getting quite like antsy and stuff like that. And obviously Kenny has dealt with things with Xander in the past, so like you feel awful for her because she's probably thinking, oh my god, not another one of my siblings like going through something absolutely horrendous. But then Kenny turns into Kenny and she just wants to get the pitchforks out, and I'm like, love you, hun. We love our little Slytherin gal. But yeah, just like, oh, and Xander, like, then, yeah, because there were parts where Xander was like saying to Luna, like, you know, I know that it feels like nothing will ever be good again, but, you know, like, it'll be okay. And then he was like, you're stronger than me, Luna. And I was just like, oh, like, I was just like, Krista and Becca, I can't deal with this right now. I cannot deal with this right now. It is Sunday morning. It is my Sunday morning. Yes, I know, the book came out on Friday. And I'm only reading it now, and it's Sunday. I'm embarrassed. But in my defense, I have work. And then I'm actually also currently doing a read-along with Tandem and Hashi with the book Love Theoretically, which I'm really enjoying as well. I never really successfully read 2 books in one go. But I couldn't, I couldn't put Unlucky Like Us to the side for any longer. Probably also because my lovely friend Kaylee had texted me and she was like, girl, I just finished. And she's like, it is incredible. And I'm like, oh, okay. I swear, like, Kaylee says a book is amazing. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to read it now. That, or I'm going to buy it now, because I did that with the Chestnut Spring series. Anyway, unrelated. I'm going to continue reading for a little bit more before having breakfast. What fun. I don't know what it is about Krista and Becca's writing. It's probably like the connection that you have with the characters. But never in my life did I think that I'd be crying at wedding scenes and birth scenes. Like, I read that so quickly, but it was still like... Basically, Thatcher wasn't physically with Jane, and Jane's like, no, like, I can't do this without him. So Donnelly took out his earpiece and basically had that Thatcher was on the line, and then stuck his earpiece in Jane's ear, so then Thatcher could talk to her, like, talk her through everything and be there for her, but she couldn't respond to him, and, like, they knew that, but it's just like... And then it was scary because the baby wasn't crying at one point, and I was like, oh my god, what is happening? Man, oh man. Krista and Becca, I'm telling you, like... I don't know what you've done to me. Anyway, I'm going to continue reading now. I'm 23% of the way through the book. Loving it, like I already said. But that was intense, and like, I know that's not going to be the most intense part of the book. I just know, I have a feeling, I've got a feeling in me waters. Oh, okay, I just find this funny. I know Krista and Becca have said this in like one of their super early Patreon podcasts, because like what I'm like starting to do is listening them from the beginning. Who knows when I'll catch up, probably in another lifetime, to be honest. But they talk about how like everybody like in the Calloway sister universe are like insanely tall, right? Like Lily is kind of described as being like quite dinky, but in reality she's like 5'6" maybe. I can't quite remember exactly how tall she is, but like compared to a 5'2" gal, I'm like 5'6" or something. Like, whoa, like that's amazing. But this line is funny because it says there's a blah, blah, blah. But Elliot is 6'4" and Becca is only 6'1". Only 6'1". Like, because that's the thing, the Cobalts in particular are like, well, obviously also the Morettis. I mean, the Morettis are bloody giant. Was it like 6'7"? Is that how tall they are? I remember I once mentioned it in a TikTok. I think it's 6'7", which is just insane to me. But yeah, just, you know, Elliot is 6'4". Becca, oh, bless him, he's only 6'1". Like, wow. Personally, I couldn't imagine being with someone more than 6'2", because I just feel like logistically that just wouldn't work. Not that anybody asked. Anyway, something is happening. Something is happening with Elliot. I don't know what it is. Oh, yep, something's happening. So I'm gonna go. Okay, I think I just need to not take any more TikTok breaks. I'm taking TikTok breaks so I don't fly through this book because I want to savor it. However, I saw somebody's TikTok and they didn't have, I don't think, on the screen a thing saying Unlucky Like Us spoiler. It was in the caption, and I started reading some of it, and it was something regarding, I think, Lily and a car accident, and I started crying, but then I was confused. I was like, I don't recognize this passage of text. Like, that sounds so ridiculous of me being like, I don't recognize this passage of text, as in like the series, like the Calloway universe is so imprinted in my brain that I'm like, and I think it was a spoiler from Unlucky Like Us, so I quickly scrolled away, but now I've just got like this sinking like pit in my stomach because I'm like, what's happened with Lily? And I'm just like, excuse me, Krista and Becca, we have been asking for a Samantha Callaway trope, not Lily. Surely they're not going to do that. Because I actually physically would not be able to cope. I would probably have to contact my work tomorrow and be like, I'm so sorry, I can't come in. Okay, maybe not exactly, but like, okay. But yeah, people, please be very clear, especially on TikTok, because it's like there's no point putting spoiler in like the caption if you don't have on the screen. I'm not watching TikTok and looking at the caption first. Like, yes, I look at the caption, but that's not the first thing I look at. I look at the thing that's on the big screen. So please, for all that is good in the world, please put it on the screen. Do you know what I mean? Because now I'm like, surely I just have to finish this whole book today because like I can't go to sleep with like this now over me. Oh. Anyway, these books, man, these books, just like the emotional turmoil, but I eat it up every time. Anyways, so really, why did I put on mascara today? Why did I put on mascara? Because I feel like it was silly of me. It really was. Anyway, I'm going to get back to reading now, so peace and love. Actually, I should really be doing my live long and prosper. Actually, my mum is currently watching one of the new like Star Trek series, so you never know. Later on, I'll be able to hear Star Trek in the background, and it would be quite fitting. It would be quite fitting. Anyway, gotta go. Gotta bounce. Ugh, why do I say these things? Anyway, bye. Okay, I've had a lunch break. It is now 2:10. Also, somebody please explain to me why I thought it was a good idea reading this book to have the playlist of mine playing, which I had on repeat back in January when I was reading Thrive for the first time. I mean, the emotions that you get in Thrive are insane. But anyway, it's a very good playlist though. I very much enjoy the music. The music's like, well, I listen to like orchestral music when I read because I just find it relaxing. But this is one where it's like, you know, like with Bridgerton, how like they took modern music and then kind of Regency periodified. They made it fitting like for the Regency period. It's the same thing but with other songs and like different people performing them. But yes, so yeah, where am I up to? Let's look. Sorry, I just need to turn my Kindle back on. I'm 37% of the way through. So is it called the Kybal crystal that has been given to Donnelly. Donnelly gave Luna a watch. They sleep together. Yes. Anyways, but yes. There's something else I was going to say and I can't remember, but yes, I do think I'm going to just finish this all tonight because I have to. I have to. And then tomorrow I will continue reading the book that I'm reading for my readathon down there, which is Love Theoretically, because I was already ahead, so it's fine. But the thing is, I wonder whether it might be a little bit of a late night for me in the sense I also still need to take some Instagram photos for the week, and I also need to take yeah, I need to take some Instagram photos for the week, and I need to film some TikToks. So, but I enjoy doing those things. Also, I don't think I ever said, I bought sheets of magnets from Daiso when I was in Wellington, which was such a fun experience for me, because I saw somebody on TikTok get like their bookish stickers and then stick them on magnets and then cut them out, so then they have like bookish magnets, and I want to do that at some point. I don't know when though. Anyway, I'm going to continue reading now. It is funny, I feel like you do read quite, I mean, I've already said this, I do read quite quickly, but reading on a Kindle, I just feel like I'm going wee. So then I keep taking breaks because I'm like, Rowena, chill out, slow down. But then I'm like, wee. Anyway, oh. I don't know if you heard my mum in the background, but there's that. Also, I feel like I always get a little bit embarrassed about this frame behind me because I feel like it makes me look very vain. Yes, that is a picture of me. It's a picture of me from when I was 17 years old in the UK. But yeah, I think I was somewhere near Stonehenge, and basically Christmas that year, my dad got these photos printed and then got them framed, and then gave one each to my siblings and I. And that's just where mine was stuck. So there's that. I feel like I don't actually look that much different from when I was 17. Not that anybody asked. Anyways, bye. I've just had some time to calm down a bit. But I've now had the scene where I had the little bit of a spoiler from. Where Luna and Lily were attacked by what we're presuming is some of Donnelly's family. And Luna's gone. She was taken. Lily was badly injured and is essentially, I think, crumpled on the road, and just having the part where Lo is with her and he's like, I can't lose you, and I'm just like, it's just like, again, like for me, like these characters, they are my friends and my family, so it's just like that, like it I never thought that you would catch me crying at a book, but I swear Christian Becker's books, they like stab you in the gut and then like do that. Like, oh my god. And the fact that also like Reich was then called and he got there so quickly, and it's just like that again, it shows the whole thing that he will drop anything, everything and anything for his family, and it's just like, but like this, I already knew that this book was going to be more angsty, but I'm just like, the heart palpitations are not okay. Anyway, I'm gonna take a baby break. I need to have a bit of a breather, and then I'll get stuck back into it. But so I'm still on part 1. I would presume we must be moving on to part 2 fairly soon. I'm on chapter 21. I'm at 46% of the way through, and it's currently 10 to 3. So, yeah, I'm gonna have a bit of a break, and I will check back in with you. I mean, I think because I already saw part of the spoiler, so I knew that though I thought it was a car accident, which, I mean, I guess it kind of, a car was involved, but I did actually message one of my friends and I said, please just like confirm with me that Lily doesn't get killed off. And I was told no, she doesn't get killed off. And I was like, okay. So I think that's why I didn't react the same way as, I don't know, like Sully in Long Way Down or something like that. Like I was going through it so much, I was not going to pick up a camera to film, because it's like, nope. But I wasn't as inconsolable. But yeah, wow, like Krista and Becca really put our hearts through the ringer with this one. But I still love them, so I guess I'll forgive them. But like, damn. Anyway, break time. Okay, a fair bit to catch you up on. Donnelly managed to get Luna, and obviously his family was there, the ones who kidnapped Luna. She smacked her head pretty hard, as I think one would probably expect, on the road. It also sounded like she was booted at one point, like since being at like the hideout thing that Donnelly's family were at. Essentially everyone there got arrested, including Donnelly, just so his cover wasn't blown. But he's now out, but the rest of his family are now, they're locked up for good reason. And it's now switched to part 2, and we are with Luna at the hospital, and Gilmore Girls is playing in the background, and Farrow is there basically assessing how she is. And Luna's like looking at him, and she's like, why do you have, like, it took her a really long time to click on to the fact that it was Farrow that was with her. And I was like, red flag. Then she was like, oh, like, when did you dye your hair? And I was thinking, that's also a bit odd. And basically she's answering that she's being like assessed because she had a brain injury because of the fall, and she's forgotten things. And, you know, like, she thinks she's living in the gated community with her parents, which obviously has not been the case, since she turned 18, because she lived in the townhouse from like when she was about 18. And now obviously she's at the, what do they call it, penthouse, with, you know, some of them. But yeah, like, so the question is, does she remember like who Donnelly is, like what kind of relationship they have? Oh my god, I need to message my friend Hayley, hang on. Samantha Calloway has just showed up at the hospital, and as per usual, she is a rude cow, and I hate her with every fibre of my being. Like, oh, I actually despise her. She's just so selfish and self-centered and narcissistic, but not in the Connor Cobalt kind of level of narcissism. Here's the only acceptable narcissist. Oh, Lily called me twice. She didn't mean to. First one was Monroe, it went to mum. Well, I guess, sorry, mom. And then the other one, she was trying to get low, and again, it went to mom. It's like, bitch, they didn't want to talk to you. Oh my god. obviously because of her amnesia, she got to rewatch, I've had a blank of what it's called though, her TV show, right? And so in Misfits Like Us, she gets the final episode spoilt for her. So like she knew what was happening. Obviously this is me talking about Misfits Like Us, and Donnelly had no idea. So like she was sat there, they were watching it together, and like she knew what was happening, which the whole thing was that Cowley was Strider's mum, and so like, but her now it's like the roles have reversed. It's because Donnelly has seen the show before, obviously, and Luna doesn't remember watching it. So she was like, oh my God. And he's smiling. And she's like, oh, how could you do that to me? Because she was like, oh yeah, I ship Strider and Callie. And she's like, why are you smiling? Like, that's awful. Like, I was shipping like a mother and son. And he goes, no, it's not that. It's because he got to actually see her experience that plot twist. And I just think that's so sweet. I mean, awful that she accidentally was shipping mother and son. But, wow. I just thought it was really sweet. So I do particularly like how Krista and Becca, sorry, that angle is really awful. So I do quite like how Krista and Becca added that detail in. I thought it was really sweet. Yes, I'm 78% of the way through. Obviously had to take a break for dinner and stuff like that. So it is just gone 7 o'clock. Woo! But yes. Oh, and my song just ended, so it's obviously time. It's obviously time to continue reading. Doodle. Oh my God. And at the SFO meeting where I talked about before, where Thatch was holding Maeve, and I just thought it was the sweetest thing. Banks comes in, and you know how like Banks and Kara, like they've got like twine rings, but Banks lost his down the garbage disposal. It's very American of me saying that. What do we call them? I can't even think of what we call them here. Anyway, the gurgly part of a sink, which thankfully my family doesn't have one of those because I think I'd be terrified. Anyway, in Donnelly's daily planner for Friday, the 30th of November, the first thing says tattoo Akara and Banks their forever wedding bands. And it says in brackets, still honoured they asked me. Firstly, Donnelly, who else are they going to ask, hun? Really, think about it. But, oh, that is so sweet and so cute. Anyway, I'm actually going back now. Okay, so I'm 82% of the way through the book, and the buzzword, aka unlucky, has now been mentioned. I always like to highlight when like the title word is mentioned. So obviously the past ones, there's been Damaged Lovers, Alphas, Tangled, Sinful, Headstrong, Charming. Which one's first? So Wild, Fearless, Infamous, Misfits, and now we have Unlucky. That's all I wanted to say. That's my update. It's not very interesting, I'm just saying. We've had Unlucky now being mentioned. I don't know. I'm just telling you, just letting you know. Can I just say, it is absolutely perfect that Lily shows up to Luna's 21st birthday party dressed as a fairy. As she should. As she should. She is our beautiful, wonderful fairy. And I just love that so much. And this is obviously the first time that Luna has actually seen her mum since the incident. Not that she remembers the incident, but, you know, this is the first time that she got to see her mum. And I just love that a lot. Anyways, I go back to reading now. Because I'm just like... Oh, also, O'Malley is a dickhead. He's like... It's the whole thing that, like, O'Malley also likes Luna. So he's, like, weaponizing... Oh, Okay, thanks phone for telling me I'm on low power mode. That was very confusing. Oh yeah, O'Malley is weaponizing Luna's post-traumatic amnesia by being like, oh, Donnelly's lying to you. Like, he's just trying to say that, like, trying to get you to, like, believe him over your family. You two never liked each other. You never loved each other. You were never a thing. Blah, blah, blah. Asshole. You sick, twisted asshole. Anyway, I'm going back to the happiness of Lily being dressed up as a fairy. Bye. Okay, sorry, I feel like I forgot to update earlier. I think it was Donnelly's bedding reminded Luna of the room that she was in when she was kidnapped. So she's now had like a glimpse of the attack, but like that's it. And now they're at the, like, is it Fanaticon convention, and then MK went into labor, and so now Maximoff and Farah are just like FaceTiming Xander and Luna to announce that Cassidy Keen Hale is now here. So we have Maeve and we have Cassidy. She's cute. But yes, I'm going to continue reading now. I'm 93% of the way through the book. It's 8:15. I'm obviously going to be finishing this book tonight, which makes me a little bit sad. Like, I wish that I had the capability of just like reading it slowly, but to be honest, this book is completely consumed my mind, body, and soul today. So that's that. Oh my god, I can't speak. I'm going to continue reading now, and I shall see you later, I guess. Yep, nothing else to say. Donnelly no longer works for SFO. He's just been transferred to Epsilon. Why? Well, I need to continue reading now because, oh my god, why? There must be something else as well. That can't be the only cliffhanger. Because I'm at 95%. Dang Flabber. Okay, I gotta go. Okay, so Luna is enrolling as a full-time student at Penn. Fab, love that for her, and for next semester, and she's doing an English major. And she's like deciding on her classes, yada yada yada. One of the classes is called Television and New Media, and I'm like, yes, Luna, as you should, my love. Professor Wyatt Rochester. Nope. I sense this is not going to go very well. And I'm scared. I am scared. And like I'm at 96%, right? Like I'm getting close to the end. And so like things are happening. I'm like, okay, was this the cliffhanger? And I'm like, no, I don't think we're quite there yet. So it's just like, I feel like it's just thing after thing after thing. And I'm like, what could possibly get worse than Wyatt Rochester being her professor? Oh. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to reading now, but I'm stressed. I've been pulling out my eyebrows, which is what I do when I'm stressed. I either pick up my skin or I yank my eyebrows. Love that for me. Anyway, toodles. So Luna's like rearranging her room and everything, just to be like, you know, she's kind of accepting the fact that maybe she's not going to remember things, whatever. And she finds a vault that has a diary in it that she wrote in. And I just, the joy that she, like the joy and the relief that she's feeling from that is just, it's huge. And it's just like, Luna, my love. I'm at 97%. I probably won't check back in with you now until the end, because I'm nervous, I'm scared. I don't know what's going to be happening now. Okay. Toodles. I shall see you later. Okay. That was a cliffhanger and a half. Okay. When I read The Kingmaker by Kennedy Ryan, there was a cliffhanger in that where I, like, again, because it's like for both this and The Kingmaker, I was reading it on my Kindle, right? I don't read the part at the bottom that says book completed. No, I am reading. So I click next page and it goes like to about author, and I'm like, hang on a minute. So what does my little noggin do? Restart the Kindle. Restart the Kindle. Because obviously there's a glitch. Just like with The Kingmaker, there was no glitch. There was no glitch. It just says, Max Muff joins us, pocketing his phone, and he looks at his sister and he says, there's been a death in the family. You go to the next page, about the authors. Sorry, what? Sorry. Can it please be Samantha? Can it? Can it? Are they actually going to give us the trope that we're wanting? Like, death in the family, that just sounds so vague to me. Death in the family, so I'm like, okay, well, it's not going to be the core six, realistically. Because also it's like, they just arrived at the Hales house. So it's like, I don't mean to be rude, but it's like, it's not going to be somebody that like Lo really cares about, because like Lo's chilling by the window. Because he catched. Hello, English. He caught Luna and Donnelly snogging, and he was like, do not desecrate my lawn. In true Lo fashion. Love that man. Love him. Love him. Anyway, oh my goodness. That was a cliffhanger though. Well done, Krista and Becca. I also love how at the end, they had it that yes, like Luna was very excited about having the diary, right? But, what am I saying? She was excited about having the diary, but she then kind of went, you know what? I'm actually kind of okay as I am. And I think that's really lovely. What am I rating this book? I'm rating this book 5 stars. I mean, actually, it's infinity stars, really. Because as we know, actually, no, we don't know. Anyway, I've decided that all Krista and Becca Ritchie books are infinity stars for me, because I love their writing. I eat it up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and any snacks in between. Wowzers. But yes, I very much enjoyed that book. Emotional roller coaster though, let me bloody tell you. And also, hello, when can we have Nobody Like Us now? I gotta know who it is. But will I be kind of going, please, Krista and Becca, Samantha, bye bitch. It could be Greg, because I didn't really like Greg either. I thought Greg was a bit spineless, to be honest. Because, like, did he keep his wife in check? No. Anyways, my arm's getting tired. I'm gonna try, hang on. I'm gonna turn my Kindle off so you can see the cover. And then I'm going to do the outro like I did for all my other Like Us series. What are they called? Reading vlogs. Anyway, thank you for joining me on this reading vlog. Was it a cluster falafel? Probably. Did you see me cry often? No, not really. I don't think you actually saw me crying because I actually needed to have that time to myself. I need to have that time to myself. Also, it's honestly for your benefit because I'm the most hideous crier. So, the things I do for you and me, because the internet's the internet, so, you know. Anyway, I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day, and I hope seeing my face does not make it worse for you. Does not make it worse, did not make it worse for you. Past tense, babes, past tense. Anyway, I mean, I could say Heidi ho, but that's for hi, so instead of adopting Luna, a Lunaism, I'm just gonna say doodles, bye, love you, mwah.